Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio on a Wednesday morning. So it's hard to believe that the Olympic Games are going to start in just 2 months.
They will indeed. Paris, France is where they'll all be held, and much of the focus is on the U.S. men's basketball team because it's a veteran team. Now, having said that, they all haven't been chosen yet. And the NBA season is still in progress and probably won't end. I think the final possible game is June the 23rd. Well, the workouts in Las Vegas will begin in very early July. So not a whole lot of time to rest and relax. But, hey, a trip to France and indeed playing for the USA and hoping to win a gold medal, which would be the 17th in USA history.
Wow.
And the 6th in a row. These guys, I think, are determined. So the 28 players have been invited to Las Vegas, and these are many of the big names. And some of them may not make it. All depends on what Coach Kerr and the rest of the staff, Grant Hill, who runs the show, what they all think about it. But who fits into the mix, who's going to make it pretty good? Hard to believe that LeBron James and Kevin Durant and people like that won't be on the team. But we'll find out when they have their cuts. But that's not for quite a while yet.
Especially since their teams aren't playing in the finals anymore. So it would be nice for them to go get gold for their country now. All right. Now the NFL draft is over, the next marketing scheme the National Football League does is make all this hoopla about the schedule release, which happens in under a week. But until then, they're going to probably give us a little bit of taste of this is the blah, blah, blah game, and this will be Thanksgiving and whatever.
Everybody knows who they're going to play. The teams are already there. It's the dates and times and so forth, and that's, you're right, it's another great marketing scheme. You say early next week. No, they haven't announced a date. They haven't said when it's going to. Could be today. I doubt it very much.
I've heard it was the 15th.
Well, no, they had the 9th at one time, and then they moved it back to the 15th. Then they moved it up a couple of days. They don't know what they're going to do. They're playing the media for all it's worth. Anyway, of course, the big speculation is who will the Chiefs open with on a Thursday night at Arrowhead Stadium, and there are any number of possibilities. Of course, 8 of them, 8 home games this year. But I think probably the best matchup would be the Baltimore Ravens. But having said that, Mike, last year I thought the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, a Super Bowl rematch, would be a perfect way to open the season. Yet, they did not. As you remember, the Detroit Lions came in, won the game by 1 point, and later Philadelphia and Kansas City played in November. And I'm told that was a dictation from some of the other TV networks. So how many voices are involved? But it could be the Ravens, could be the supposedly much improved Los Angeles Chargers, could be the Cincinnati Bengals. Just do not know and won't.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's the offseason, the time where everyone says the Chargers are going to be the best team in the NFL. Last but not least, the Missouri State Bears are down in southeast Missouri. How'd they do against SEMO?
This is a team they clubbed up here in Springfield 10-3. Yesterday, the Bears lose. They're just not playing. Fortunately for the Bears, it's not a conference game. They have to win their conference games. We've talked all about that, getting into the playoffs and so forth and so on. The Southeast Missouri State Ball Club, the Red Hawks, won it 5-3. The Bears did themselves no favors. They walked 7 Southeast Missouri State batters, contributing to a long game. And the Bears hitters, who are quite pronounced, they can hit. Cody Kelly had a couple of home runs. But Missouri State batters struck out 18 times in this game. Think about that. 18 of 27 outs. Oh, my goodness. You're not producing. Or you're trying something new, and it's a little late in the season to be doing that. But 5-3, Southeast Missouri won it.
And did the real Cardinals finally show up last night?
In a sense, they did, but they didn't win the game. And that's the bottom line. The team just simply is out of sync. Their rhythm is awful. They get good pitching, and they don't hit. They hit the ball, but they don't get good pitching. The Cardinals got a 3-0 lead over the New York Mets. Lars Nootbaar had a first-inning home run. Miles Michaelis on the hill, but as has been his tenor, so to speak, and his rhythm in the past couple of outings, Michaelis ran out of gas at mid-game, and the New York Mets came up with a big rally, 5-run rally, later added another run in there, and hold on to beat the Cardinals 7-5. It's just a team that is out of sync completely. I really and truly have to feel, and how can you feel sorry for a guy who's making many millions of dollars a year, but Paul Goldschmidt is really, really struggling badly, and it hurts him. He's not demonstrative. He doesn't show it. But the guy went 0 for 5 last night, struck out twice in the clutch, and the fans were booing him. Now, this is a guy who was the National League's most valuable player 2 years ago. He is 36 years old and showing signs of perhaps being over the hill. If the Cardinals are not in contention by trade deadline, I'm sure that Goldschmidt will be gone. He's a free agent. Cardinals do want something from him. He could help somebody, but he isn't helping the Cardinals right now, and the fans are on his case. He's batting .195, and this is a long-time pro. Anyway, Mets win the game 7-5. They play again today.
What about the Royals?
They had the lead over the Milwaukee Brewers and let it get away in the end. Now, keep in mind, Milwaukee's a very good team. They lead the National League Central Division. Brewers won the game 6-5. Royals and Brewers also play again this afternoon, weather permitting, up in Kansas City. And then the Springfield Cardinals played a day game yesterday, come back and play again tonight, playing down in Springdale, Arkansas. And, Mike, you can't win them all. The Northwest Arkansas Naturals won yesterday by a score of 9-5, but that's only Springfield's 9th loss. They're 18-9 on the season.
Finally, we do have some more finals to talk about, both in the NBA and the NHL. Let's go with the basketball first.
And the Boston Celtics get a win. The Celtics knocked off the Cleveland Cavaliers 120-95. That's the second round of the NBA playoffs. And then the Dallas Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder playing. And the Thunder established something of a new NBA record last night. They became the youngest team in NBA history ever to win a playoff game. They beat the Dallas Mavericks 117-95. Oklahoma City may be a young team, but they're pretty good. And in the National Hockey League, both scores in both games were the same, 4-3. The New York Rangers knocked off the Carolina Hurricanes 4-3, and the Colorado Avalanche defeated the Dallas Stars also by a score of 4-3.
Ned, you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow, sir.